Okay, at the Knap-in, working with natural light, and I got some new rock from someone here at the Knap-in. This is supposedly some sort of, let's see, Hornstone variant, but to me it naps like Rhyolite. I've already napped a point out of it. It naps like high-grade Rhyolite, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not an expert at Hornstone, so I don't know if this is a variant or not. I think I was just told that this was found in the area where Hornstone is also found. And I got a box of brokes and bifaces that I'm going to be offering. And a lot of this stuff is from the Knap-in, from the Knapping pit. These are not my bifaces. Some of them are mine, like this one's mine. And this one is. This one's a heat-treated Texas chert. This is some kind of raw, low-grade Hornstone, just like the one I'm napping here. This is from the Knapping pit. It looks like another random piece of Hornstone, low grade, maybe high grade, I'm not sure. Yeah, anyway, gives you an idea what I can pick up from the napping area. The Knapping pit. So it's got kind of a thick cortex, but it's not too bad. Easy to nap through. It's not very chalky. It's more like limestone. So yeah, natural light seems to be working okay. It's supposed to rain here. Is there, hey Don, is there still rain in the forecast?
A little bit was, yeah. For tonight, a little bit for tomorrow.
A little bit, all right. No thunder?
Thunder tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. All right, so you probably won't hear anything. If it starts raining, you'll just hear like maybe rain on the canopy. Yeah, nice little flake. It spalls and reduces to a biface pretty easily, but once you get down to a very thin biface, that's when it's difficult to prepare the edges for those nice flakes, nice thinning flakes. Because you have to hit really hard to get this to respond. And there might be some wind noise also. All right. So I'm hoping to make 2 or 3 videos today with various stones that I picked up here at the Knap-in and from friends of mine. So it should be interesting, hopefully. I've got heat treated and raw stuff. This is raw, by the way. And I don't know if it responds to heat, so it might not do any good to heat it. The darker material here seems to be the same consistency as the lighter material, so that's a good thing. I took a stroll. Oh, I was going to take a stroll in the woods, and a camper nearby warned me and says, watch out, the ticks are hatching. So I said, oh yeah, ticks. Forgot about the ticks. Last time I was here, I went with a friend of mine to go look for some river cane, and I had 3 ticks on me when I finished. I gathered some river cane, and then I got back in the Jeep, my friend's Jeep, and I had 3 ticks on me. And I brought some bug spray, but I don't think it's strong enough for ticks. So I'll just stay out of the woods. All right. I'm hitting this pretty hard, so it looks like, I'm not sure if I'm putting in these radial fractures or if it's in the stone. I have a feeling I'm installing these radial fractures, because I'm hitting extremely hard. Hopefully I'm not installing those. See that one right there? Yeah, I hit that one really hard too, and there's no fractures like this one. So I don't know. So this looks like it could be hornstone, but it definitely does not knap like hornstone.
Hey, there's one of y'all's points out of that bowl down there. The guy picked it up earlier and broke that fucker, so we're gonna need a replacement. There's one of them big ones that said SAS or something on it.
The big
red one.
Obsidian?
Yeah.
Replace it. Put it down there.
Yeah, we're camping right next to the exit of the bow practice range. So people are going to be walking by probably during the video. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about during the video. There's a couple of friends napping right here in the same area. We got a little napping area set up away from the other napping area. There's a napping area in the In the formal space for the campground, there's a gathering area where they make bows. That's for the Twin Oaks bow hunters. But next to it, in a corner, there's a what they call a knapping pit, and that's where I'll be tonight and all weekend at night. During the day, I'm going to be up here at the campsite with my friends. I've got a map of the location. This Knap-in is in Chapmansboro, Tennessee. That's where I am right now, in case you didn't know. That's why I'm filming outside too, because I'm at the Knap-in. But I'm not down at the napping area, the formal napping area, so to speak. Why did we set up here instead of down there? Well, it gets kind of cramped when a lot of nappers are in there. This is just a lot better. It's a lot more relaxing. Don't have to worry about being kind of cramped. But we all gather in there later on. No matter how cramped it is, we will all be in there. Alright, so it's getting kind of thin. I can spall here pretty easily. I'm on a slope since it's not level ground, so I may have to do a little bit of finagling with the camera so you can see when I'm doing the indirect percussion. That crack is still worrying me right there. So let's see. I'm going to take back that edge. Well, not that much. I just wanted to see if that crack was deep. And it's not deep, but I didn't want to remove that much of the edge. Oh well. Yeah, that happens too when it gets smaller and thinner. I did that more than once earlier on the small piece that I was napping. I'm probably going to do a short video on some directions to get to this Knap-in, because it's not as easy as you might think. You know, you can plug in the GPS coordinates, but it won't take you directly to the entrance. It'll stop you too soon because the property is a big property. So the whole address is 1097 Ashley Road, but it doesn't bring you to the gate that gets you into the property when you GPS it. It just gets you to the edge of the property. So you had to drive quite a bit further, probably a quarter mile more beyond what the GPS tells you. It's a big property. Okay. I'll do a short video on it, one of the shorts. I got a little map drawn up and I forgot to post it yesterday. So if you guys are driving in tonight, hopefully that'll help. I know I didn't recognize the area. It's been 8 years since I've been here. I didn't recognize the area when I drove in. So if I had trouble recognizing the area, someone that has never been here will not be able to find it unless I give them some good instructions, just in case you want to show up. Yeah. Not much sleep last night. I stayed up a little bit late. And once I wake up, I can't go back to sleep easily in the morning. They stay up late here, but we're not camped close enough to be bothered by the guys that are up late, so that's good. Yeah, but they were throwing on sausages last night around 1:30 in the morning. Throwing sausages on the grill. or a griddle. Crazy. So there's some weird stuff going on in here. Even though I don't think it's that crack is a problem anymore, there's still some weird stuff going on in that area. I might just offer this as a biface. That way I can get through a lot of bifaces, a lot of different materials, and not have to worry about finishing these out and having an hour and a half long video. Can you see? Hopefully you can see that the natural light is okay. It's around, I don't know, 4:30 or 5 hour time in Tennessee. I think it's still Central Time. But it is overcast, so it's a little darker than it was just a little while ago. Full moon last night, though. You see the full moon? That was nice, even though it was misty and foggy or whatever. Alright, so yeah, this bifaces easily, but once you start getting really thin, it'll start crushing on the edges like Rhyolite. Well, at least when I work Rhyolite, that's what happens. And it can be a little bit difficult to sharpen because of that crushing. You just got to push downward with pressure flakes and not inward. I don't know what happened there. The side just blew away. All right. It's getting very narrow very fast. But narrower makes it easier. I don't want to grind it too much. Maybe I should be grinding it more. But when I grind it a lot, I tend to take a bite out of the edge. But I'm going to grind it a lot anyway. Just FYI. Yeah, that one was a weird one. Strange flake. The material is a little wonky. It's consistent. It's pretty consistent, but for some reason, when you try to take a long flake, it'll do wonky things. It won't run like a normal flake. On Hornstone, that's a good quality Hornstone, it won't make these strange fractures like that. And I still have this fracture there, so I'm going to have to make this more narrow and get that out. That was good. Yeah, that was good. Now I just gotta take out that step fracture. But I'll do it in a little bit. I keep forgetting to thin down the end on this one. Yeah, flake's okay if it wants to. I have a crack right there now. I don't know when that happened. I didn't notice it. Right there. Yeah, they don't run too far. I think I am installing those cracks because they don't run very far. They're not very deep, so it looks like they're just surface cracks from hitting with the steel. I'm using a steel percussion flaker. I used aluminum a little bit earlier, but it was eating it up. It was really destroying the tip of the aluminum flaker, so I was having issues with the big dents in the tip of the aluminum flaker. Anyway, it's looking pretty crude right now. But that's just the way it flakes. I can't seem to get it any smoother than that. Nice colors though. I wasn't sure I'd be able to film on the slope because the camera swings on the tripod and it's just free swinging, so if there's any gravity pull on it, it'll wander, but it looks like it's alright. We're on the side of a hill. Hopefully out of any water that might accumulate if it rains. If it rains heavily. Hopefully being on the side of the hill is going to be a good idea. You never know. I'm not that familiar with the site, so even though I've been here, I think I've been here 3 times before this. This will be my 4th time, I think. 1, 2. Maybe this is my third time. I don't know. Lots of people here. Lots of people. How many is a lots? There's over 200, I think. More than 200 people. So I'm just going to do one last pass and then leave it as a biface, and that's it. I'm not going to try to thin it any more than that on this video. I'm going to move on to another type of material. Some of you guys might know what this is just by looking at it. I think the guy said he found it in Monroe County, Tennessee. So that, there you go. Or somewhere close to that county. Maybe not in that county, but maybe a little bit east of that county. He said he picked it up on the way here. So, I don't remember exactly. Even if I did, I don't think he would like it if I told you where he got it. So don't ask. All right, almost done. Steel's working okay. As long as I don't install any more cracks at this stage, I'm doing good. Yeah, it flakes easy when it wants to. And there's a little bit of a divot right there where there was a weird fracture. That might be an issue later. It doesn't go all the way through. And you get that on the smaller points too. I made a small point. I just get these weird surface cracks. And the weird angle on the step fractured. Well, you know, it's probably just me just randomly flaking. It causes random things to happen. I can probably get that out later as it gets more narrow. All right. Yeah, I'll cut this at around 30 minutes. It's 29 minutes right now. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it anymore for now. Still that issue with that strange flake before. I'll have to run a flake along that ridge right there. But yeah, that's good for now. All right.